to the fastest growing YouTube channel on the internet.
There you go.
Welcome to the Barry Boozers RC channel, guys. It's good to be here as always. Papa's been working real hard. Just going to give us...
We got to mention about we're in monsoon season now.
Oh, this is true.
And if you live in Florida, you'll know, if you lived here, you'd know why we wear flip-flops. The clothes that are so... what do they call them? Wicking clothes.
Self-wicking clothes, yeah. Woo!
And you gotta like swamp ass.
It's been hot and very humid
and in the last
week.
3 days, I've got half a foot of rain.
Yeah, it's
so,
we haven't been flying much, but
no.
Papa has been very busy. I know that tonight's episode is all about this bird, but we wanted to give you a quick update since last week when we unboxed the Nexa P47. He has already got it complete. Me and him finished the last little bits of tuning today on the control horns.
She is ready to go.
She is ready to go. So we wanted to give you a quick little update of it. I mean, check that bad boy out, guys. Look at that prop. So that is the prop from the 1700 millimeter Corsair from FMS. It fit perfectly. We still have about 2 inches of ground clearance when it's in the flying position, so it's going to be a very scale-looking propeller on this airplane. And we will do a full update in the near future on this bird, but I had to give you a little bit of a sneak peek that it's all together and it is gorgeous. So Papa did a wonderful job.
I did a complete build video on Hobby Squawk.
Yep. So if you go over to hobbysquawk.com, you can type in Nexa P47 and this will come right up. Papa did a really wonderful, in-depth build review of the actual assembly of this airplane. So
I mean, pictures, everything.
Everything we could think of. That's right.
The assembly, not build.
Build, yeah.
Took. Well, the last entry was of today, and I installed the 850 caliber machine guns and did all the graphics. But actually the true assembly ended yesterday as far as the real hard or the assembled items.
Right. So
I don't call it assembling the decals.
Right. So a good update for this though, what I would say is Dad has come away, told me the airplane assembled extremely easy, came with all the parts necessary, of course not your servos or your motor, that type of stuff, but all the linkages, the turnbuckles, all that kind of stuff was in the kit.
Stuff, if you're an experienced Balsa ARF builder back 20 years ago, or 10, 15 years ago, you would have had to buy all of the, I mean, this even comes with a fuel tank if he's going to go with gas. The fuel tank comes, the
retracts are pre-installed.
Retracts are pre-installed. All the hardware are here. I didn't have to go out anywhere and get any hardware, and you would have had to buy all that separate back in the day. So, and the quality of the kit is superb.
Superb,
I mean, I'm really. Another thing, guys, what I said in the assembly video that I made, and I truly believe it, or I wouldn't say it. If you like the 1600 or 1700 foamy warbirds, and you've never tried Balsa, I'm going to tell you to do this one. Now, I say it, and I mean it. This kind of goes a little bit farther along as far as assembly. It's not 4 screws or 10 screws and put it together. But if you like a challenge, you want to go to a Balsa plane, I do recommend this particular models. I mean, you can almost put this model in your vehicle without disassembly.
Right.
And so we'll let that go. You go by. If you want to see what it takes to put one of these together, that's why we did it. That's why we're on Hobby Squawk. go there and it will give you a day by day, blow by blow of what I did and how I did it the best I could show you how to do it. And if you do go in there, I would really appreciate it if you would add your comment that either you like it or you hate it. I don't care. But really, if you are a hobby squawker, please thumbs up or thumbs down of what I did, because this is actually Papa's first, as I said, day by day, blow by blow, putting one of these together. But now, if you and guys, and I don't want to be on this forever, but 6 days, and I didn't really hit it all that hard. I mean, I worked on it since we unboxed it. Well, Monday I didn't get to work on it because we didn't have all the parts to put it together.
Servos and everything showed up Tuesday.
The motors showed up Tuesday. I had to drive over here Wednesday and get the servos from you. So, just saying, I mean, if you have, I probably worked on it, yeah, I did work on it since I'm retired, several hours a day. But guys, they're not that hard. It just takes common sense, little patience, and you'll get there.
Yep.
But I believe, last thing, I believe everybody that is in this hobby needs to experience at least one Balsa plane. Maybe the Warbird is not your cup of tea. There are some really nice planes out
the other
there.
neat thing with Balsa is there's so many airplanes that aren't available in foam in Balsa. I know there's an FMS P-47 that's the exact same size in foam, but it's going to fly completely different than a Balsa one. And there's a Hellcat, there's Tiger Moth, there's a bunch of airplanes, He-111 that don't exist in foam that you could do as your Balsa build. So it's something to think about. But I tell you what, Dad, would you mind pulling this one off the table?
No, but one last thing.
Okay.
Now, but Wesley and I wanted to try to show you with this particular assembly is that you can get that scale look through electrics that you can't get with a gas.
Right.
Now that's what we really wanted to show you. This bird was, and we were going to go into this bird was originally supposed to be on 4S. Now it's on 6S. So, but if you like what you see, stay tuned. We'll do a flight video.
And we're going to get more in depth with this too.
On it, but
we will show you up close and personal with it and everything.
Yeah.
We'll be doing the flight video to come, guys.
tell them what brand this is.
That is the Nexa P-47 from Motion RC, guys, if you're interested in it. So tonight, we have the Black Horse. It's just Balsa week here. All you guys that said we don't do enough Balsa stuff, this is the week, huh? So today we have
I didn't see over.
You probably can't see over, so we might have to stand up for a minute. So today we have the He-111, and the lighting's all above us right now because we were going to be doing most of this build, or not build, but unboxing on the table here in front of us. But yeah, we have the He-111 here, and what I think we're going to do is start busting into this because I know this is the meat and potatoes.
Dave Poisty says, what prop is that?
That is the prop from the 1700 millimeter FMS Corsair that we were using on the Nexa P-47. Fits absolutely perfect.
If you go to Hobby Squawk, all the information that what we've used on the airplane is in that build video. Okay. I mean, I don't want to say build. It's not
assembly.
It's assembly.
Everybody gets mad when we call them builds.
Sorry, but
these are assemblies.
Until you get out a box of Balsa and get out and learn all that, you're not building your assembly.
Right.
So I want to get that across to you. I'm sorry, but
Lori, one thing I do want to do a little bit different tonight that we have had some requests for when we go to the top shot and we're unboxing this. Can you make the screen full screen?
Sure.
Please, ma'am. I know there's been a couple guys ask me that, so we will make sure to incorporate that tonight. So
I cannot get that more.
There
is a full video. Please go to Hobby Squawk and look at that, guys. Please.
And Lori's getting the screen set up for us for a second, and then we're going to get this cracking. She's going to start making it fit the whole screen.
Papa's going to make a statement. I'm not going to put this together in a week.
And actually, This guy's going to be having his
Wesley's
hands
gonna
at
put
it.
together.
So
I did mine.
anyway, well, guys, let's start opening it up. Dad, let's get to the top shot, Miss Lori. And I'll show him the picture of the
I will
front.
say, guys, that I really enjoyed building a Balsa airplane again because it's been about, well,
It's been a while.
Other than when I put the motor in the Pete and Paul is the only time I've actually touched a Balsa plane since I moved from Texas.
So, first impressions. It's covered in foam. But we are really looking forward to getting this one out. Our last Black Horse build was very impressive, and I'm sure this is going to be the same. Now, I will go on and throw out, I got the motors with this airplane, so the motors, they've just stuck them in here when they sent this to us from Ocean RC. When you buy parts for airplanes, they usually will stick them all in the same box. So just to let you know, your kit, if you do not buy the Admiral motors, will not come with the Admiral motors right out of the box. So just letting you know, these were stuck in here last minute before they shipped.
All Balsa planes, you must
Pick your power.
pick the power
Pick your
and
poison.
the electronics that you want in the plane.
We'll
This
be
is
careful
not
here.
a foamy.
Well, man, there's a lot of tape. Alright. So, I kind of say we wait for this till last.
But I will say the next episode was the best overall supplied parts that I didn't have to go out there and buy. I made that statement before. I just want
So
you to
far,
understand
yes.
that. It's really a no-brainer.
Alright, we're going to
Compared to
save
the
this
old
part for last, guys, because I know the fuse is what most of you guys really want to see. And we're going to make you wait for that.
Here's another one here.
So, first off, we got to cut all the tape that's holding this thing in. Alright, we're going to set this behind us for now. We're going to make you wait. I'm just going to set it back here.
It's really well packaged.
Wow,
guys.
it's light.
I mean, they have to make sure you get everything that's not broken.
Once again, the other Admiral motor for it.
You remember the manual to do a foamy? I think there might be just
There's a little bit more
to
involved
do
in this
here.
one.
This might be a winter build for somebody.
There is quite a bit more assembly, guys, but don't let it scare you.
Don't let it scare you. I mean, I want you know, guys. There's sometimes it takes a little bit of time and
Right.
it's worth the effort.
Right. You have one heck of a neat airplane when you're done. Once again, I'm just trying to get everything untaped real quick, and then we'll actually start the actual...
I don't actually recommend doing this one for your first one.
Definitely not. This is going to be a little bit more... One of the smaller Nexa planes would be a great first Balsa plane. Something like the P-47 or the Hawker Hurricane.
But guys, if you all know how everything works, if you've had the foamies and all that, you know all the electronics. So it's not a whole lot more.
It's just a little more time. That's all you
A
gotta
little bit
do.
more time is all these are.
Hang on, let me take that over here. What?
Just laughing along the comments.
Look at that wing. Oh, and it's got all the panel lines on it already, as we're coming to expect lately.
Yeah, if you ever watch the Battle of Britain movie, these things are in there getting shot up all over the place.
There's
And
got to be tape over on here.
that movie had a lot of these being, those were actually RC airplanes. They're crashing. And you can see the antenna hanging off the back, and that was 1969, if I remember.
And we're being kind of careful, guys, as we unbox this right now. Sorry to
The
take a minute.
It's got a very unusual shaped wing on the thing. It's really amazing.
The colors really remind me of the Storks we did. It's the same colors, basically. So I'm trying to get everything out of the box, and then we're going to get rid of the box and actually start unpackaging the parts.
I don't know what'd you do with the knife.
I don't know. What'd you do with the knife?
I didn't know.
Everything's very well secured. The plane got here, no problem.
This thing is very well packed. You guys know that if you buy anything from Motion.
But you're seeing it as she comes right out of the box.
Quality stuff.
You're gonna have a heck of a time getting that wing tube out of there.
Here, take this and I'll try to cut that out. Man, whew.
It just takes a minute to get everything out of the box.
Lots of tape on this one.
I think they killed a whole roll of boxing tape on this airplane.
Like Christmas. Here you go.
I think there's actually control rods right
that's
there
it.
too.
I'm just trying to give you that.
Wing tubes. It's funny if I flung that across the room, right?
This will actually be Wesley's first Balsa airplane.
Start to finish, it
Start
will
to
be.
finish. Old Dad's always been around.
I've always had Dad to put them
Of course,
together.
he'll be
for me.
around when he goes, Dad, I don't understand what I need to do on this one. So, but you know, if you common sense, guys, is really the biggest thing you need.
So that's all our rods for our control horns.
And I'll make this statement. I don't care how many of those instruction manuals that you get. Somewhere along the line, they're going to leave out something that you're going to have to kind of use common sense to go, well.
Man, they taped this in here.
So I'm just saying. But I will say now on that next plane on that P-47, the instructions were very, very good.
I'm telling you, they killed them.
There was a few things that were left out, but not much.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We did it. We're down to just the stuff. All right. So, here we go. Let's get started with the wings. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
As I said before, and you guys, they've got a really oddball shape. On
Yeah,
the
this plane really does have a very strange.
This is the same color scheme that was close to the Battle of Britain movie. Blue on the bottom, green and camouflage green, two-tone green on the top.
Take your time opening your packages when you get one of these. If you poke a hole in it with your hobby knife, you're not going to be very happy with yourself.
Now, one of the things that all these manufacturers using today is not, if you guys know anything about monocoque covering, this is not any kind of shrinkable covering. This is more of a contact paper.
And this right here
It's not
is
actually,
under the nacelle. There's a little bit of wrinkle here. That's actually going to get cut out.
you cannot use a heat gun on this material. It will melt. You cannot use monocoque to repair this airplane.
Same thing. That wrinkle is where the nacelle is, guys.
Most of the time, the manufacturer will send to you in this box some repair extra of this type stuff for holes, that kind of thing. The best thing you can use for
Hinges
this,
are already installed too.
the best thing you can use for this for damage would probably be, Ben Wesley was talking about if you could get the same kind of stuff like
A
graphics
graphic in this color would be the best thing to repair it with.
you
And
will
once
not-
again, this wrinkle, just to let you know, this is part that's going to get cut off. This is nacelle. That's why that's wrinkled. Just an FYI, it's not a wrinkle in the actual product where we're going to be seeing it.
If you were to drag a wing on the end, the best thing you could do was probably the boxing tape. The heavy duty boxing tape. You would put
Well, and you can get
out
a lot
here.
of these, like the Nexa plane came with a strip of this
it comes
covering.
with-
You
it
can
comes
always
with
stick
some
over it.
repair,
But we're just saying this isn't monocoque, so you
this is
can't
not
fix it like monocoque.
It's not a shrinkable type thing. It's more like
It is beautiful though.
a a sticky back on one side and printed on the other. It's very, whoever does this is very skilled in this particular type covering. I have no idea how they stretch it so tight, but it's amazing.
Yes, ma'am.
Show off your Hydra ring.
Hail Hydra.
They were asking, is that a Power Ranger ring? It's like,
It won't
no,
focus.
It's a Hydra ring. To go with your German plane.
There you go. Yep. Go with the German plane with the Hydra ring. What did I do with the other wing?
I don't know. You're the one that unboxed
It's right here.
Oh, there we
Look,
go.
it's
There we go.
see it.
Here, you unbox
It looks
this
like
one.
the other one.
I think you gotta go from this side.
Where's
then.
the other one?
It looks just like the other one,
But backwards.
but backwards. What do you guys think of all the Balsa lately on the channel? I hope you're enjoying it. It's something a little different. There's not too many guys tackling the Balsa stuff lately. In our little group of people, at least.
Now, I will admit that I have put several balsa planes together in my lifetime.
Just one or two.
If you are if you have no experience at balsa planes, probably not going to put it together in 6 days.
Right.
I'm going to say a novice would take
Here you go, Dad.
probably 2
I already got you.
weeks
Here you go. I got you done already.
just to give you an idea. I got it.
Whatever. Okay.
But just to be guessing, that it's all it is a guess, about 2 weeks to put a single engine plane together.
They were
Well,
fit in there. They're not glued
yeah.
in.
But here's
They're
another
freehand.
thing, guys. If you've ever cut those hinges in, they're not the easiest things in the world. And they just, the one that one plane, it just went in there like butter. I mean, this one does too.
Right. They're pre-hinged from the
They're
factory.
pre-hinged from the factory, but
They're not glued in, but they are
well,
pre-done.
one side probably is glued in, but
Right.
uh,
Little bit of thin CA though wicked in there.
yeah, they're easy. They're very easy.
Give them a quick shot of the other view.
What?
Just so you can see the other wing, guys. We'll do another quick shot of it. Just to
like
let you
this
see.
side.
Just give them the full shot. Once again, that part that I said about the monocoque, that's in the nacelle. You won't see that once this airplane's together.
Now, Balsa, what Wesley and I was trying to do, and I said that on earlier, is trying to do that Balsa plane to give you the more scale detail that you do with a foamy, as far as electric. Now, you go over the gas stuff, and you're not going to have you can't have a 3-blade prop on gas and that kind of thing, but it just doesn't come out as scale.
You do have the sound though.
You have that sound, but you're going to have probably a 2-blade prop.
Something we want to really try too is we really kind of want to try a sound system on the P-47 too. So we may look at doing that.
Yeah, I think this P-47 would be awesome with the prop that's on it with a sound system.
I think this is the rudder.
But
I
I
think.
still can't get that $100 for a sound system.
Right.
It probably cost them $10 to make it.
I think this
Sorry.
is the rudder. But yeah, we really want to try a sound system. We haven't ever done one before, and we're thinking one of these Balsa planes is probably going to end up with one.
I don't think so. Not for $100.
We'll see.
Somebody will argue with me on how much it costs to make it, but I just can't get there, guys. I just can't get there. Maybe they're worth it. I just could never pull the trigger on that sound system.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get this apart, but I'm trying to take my time, We try and do this as fast as we can for the channel. With that being said, I don't want to accidentally cut the cover in either.
I'd love to have like on the F-86, the exhaust that comes out of most F-8, the older jets had that black exhaust. coming out of the engine.
Like a smoke system would be neat.
Yeah. Well,
They
I think
have some,
somebody
but-
makes them, but
They have an electric smoke system, but it's woo.
yep. It's that woo that gets me every time.
So again, they got these really taped together well, but I don't want to accidentally cut the covering as I'm taking this apart.
Says GB says take your time, Wesley. He's got nothing but time. It's only 6 o'clock out.
That's right. We got lots
Out
of
on the
time.
west coast, out there in
Oregon.
God's country, it's only 6 o'clock.
Oregon.
5 o'clock?
It's
8:30
3 hours
here.
difference there.
5:30?
Let's
I'm
see.
just gonna let you know
Central, Mountain, Pacific. He's 4 hours different. They're 4 hours behind us there.
We don't know. We didn't go to school.
Yeah.
We're lucky to know.
Once
about-
again, the hinges are already done, but they are not glued in. So we will have to glue those. No big deal.
They really like putting this stuff together, don't they? They're protected, don't they?
You can't. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this does have holes drilled all in it. Hard to tell through the cover.
Another thing about Balsa planes is they are a little bit more particular about how you pick them up. You can break the balsa. I mean, it will surprise you in a way of how thin some of the sheeting is. And it really kind of frustrates you every once in a while, but if the plane is built, you pick it up, you're trying to pick it up by the leading edge, you will probably damage it. That's kind of, I mean, on these edges right here are, if you really squeeze real hard, you're going to break that balsa. This is a sheeted, this is sheeted, this.
I think it actually has holes drilled in it, though. I can't
I
tell.
don't see it, but it does here. I can see them here.
Yeah, I can see them there.
There's holes.
The elevator has holes drilled in it.
Yeah, if you can see them, you can't.
It's
But
very
this
hard to see.
this is all sheet. This is full sheet on this.
You're a full sheet.
Go full of sheet.
Let's see. We're probably gonna want this for the fuse. Maybe.
Are we all ready for that?
Yeah.
Did you do the canopy already?
Where's the
Canopy's attached to the fuse.
Oh, all right.
What about that piece?
That's the part that goes on the front.
This is
That goes on the front of it. We'll get there. We're just doing this. All right, now I got to figure out how to unwrap this correctly because this is covered in tape right now, and I don't want to accidentally cut the airplane. So I'm gonna take my time. You guys just be patient. Because what I definitely don't want to do is cut it.
Look at that mohawk.
Look at that mohawk. Isn't it beautiful? I am actually really excited about this airplane, guys. I like odd airplanes, and you know, there's not very many of these out there. That's what really made me want to do this Black Horse model. It's something just completely different. I know I bought a P-47, which most guys are like, what, another P-47? But you know, it was beautiful and I wanted it. So.
and they fly great.
P-47, the other half of that is they fly great. I've never flown one that wasn't just awesome. But this is so unique and different that it kind of was just calling to me. And I had to do it. You guys that are interested in this, it is a Black Horse model. You can get it from motionrc.com. I don't know if it's linked in the description.
It is.
Lori, while I'm trying to get all this off, would you like to flash that up on the screen for a minute? We'll put you the product page for this airplane up. Lori's trying to get it set up.
Lori's not going to flash on the screen. She's not going to be a flasher, is she?
Hey, pull that plastic up. The fuse is very well wrapped. Very, very well wrapped. So, here you go, guys. This airplane right now is $389. I am reading that right.
Oh, and the another thing about the next P-47 is 309.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Nexa
no.
planes are very reasonably priced.
And we will eventually give you a total of what it took us to put that plane together.
And just rough guesstimate, if you wanted to know, guys, that P-47 was around $500, all said and done. Just roughly. I can get the exact amount, but expect if you get the Nexa P-47 all in after servos, depending on brand. Everything on these Balsa planes depends on what brand you end up going
And
to.
and we went to 6S power instead of
4S. And instead of using the recommended high-tech servos, I used free wing servos, which that made me save $10 a servo on it. There is a spot here somewhere where this unwraps. I actually think it unwraps from the tail.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, wait.
I don't have a
Get in
clue.
here.
I
Anyway.
can't see where it's taped.
I don't know either yet. Oh, it's right here. There it is. I think I found the end of the tail. Maybe. We're eventually going to get into this airplane.
Here in this picture, you can really see all the holes and.
Yeah, the wings are really
There
full
you
of
go.
it. The tail. Oh, I think I'm about to hit the jackpot. Don't take the covering off. I still have yet to find where the end of the bubble wrap actually starts.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you,
I'm going
Papa.
to sit down and watch your excitement here.
Oh.
Did he find it?
Oh. Dang, there's a piece of tape on the fuse.
I think you started from the wrong end.
I don't know yet. I think I found it. I think I found it. Here we go. Laura, you're missing it.
What's old Papa?
Oh, we're not even holding it in the right spot.
You weren't even in the right spot.
Hang on. Careful, because there's been a couple spots that were taped to the monocoat.
Okay.
Like that one right there.
There's not Monaco.
Whatever you want to call it. Or a coat.
Covering.
Or a coat, covering, whatever you want. Alright. Oh, man. Oh, this isn't taped on. Or glued on.
No, that's another plastic window.
You've been
Alright.
asked if you're gonna get the JU-52 by next time.
I would love to get the JU-52 if I didn't just spend a ton of money building these two Balsa planes.
Unfortunately,
to.
we're still.
This is kind of expensive to do this every week, especially a Balsa plane. Every
This is latch. This is how-
yeah, this is gonna be where the battery goes.
There's another piece of tape down here.
Yeah. Man, this is gorgeous. Look at the
Oh,
cockpit.
another
Oh.
thingy on the bottom. You want to take that off or not?
Yeah, just leave it there for now.
This
Well,
has to be glued
I
up.
don't know. The bottom, this bottom part here. Let's see. I guess we can take it off.
The
It's gonna fall off right now.
gunner
It's
position
glued.
on the bottom is just taped on, which has to probably be.
Yeah, this will need to be
Glued
glued. So
on
this is the
eventually.
gunner position on the bottom.
There you go.
There you go. And it looks like this glues on down here. I'm not 100% sure
Yep,
which
right-
way. I
right
think it
about
goes like
there.
right like
it either
that.
glues on or screws on. One of
Right.
the two.
But for now, we're going to set it aside because we're not actually assembling right now. We're just looking. So, there is the top glass also. Right here. It has to be put on there. So, just keep that in mind right now. It comes with it all. Look at the interior of it though. And then I really see this plane needing nose weight, and I think we're going to be able to put it right here. So Dad's got part of the canopy. I don't think it's the whole canopy.
This is the part that.
Yeah, so it goes
Like that.
something I don't know yet. I gotta.
Something like
We
that.
still gotta fit it all, guys. But if you look at it, it kind of goes something
that.
like this.
I can't get it on, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Just to give you that front view. Heck, we hadn't got even into the instructions yet, but yeah. Look at the cockpit though. I'm gonna definitely paint a little bit on it before we finish this. But yeah, it's beautiful.
And instruments panels on the other part that you had over there.
Where?
In there.
It is? Oh, it is. The instrument panel's actually mounted in there. Look at the instrument panel. Focus. There it is.
Cool, cool, cool. That's all it is to it.
It really is a neat airplane, guys. And I've seen this one for a little while and thought, man, that's cool. Yeah, so I guess it goes up at the top.
And I like twins.
I do too. Twin engine airplanes
If
are sure
anybody
neat.
didn't hear, Papa got his B-25.
He did finally get his B-25.
It's kind
This
of
is a neat airplane, though.
it's a foamy.
Lori, let's go front view for a minute. We're going to take a break for a minute from the unboxing. And we're going to BS for a minute. But yeah, it's a cool airplane, guys. It's so much different. You know, Dad's got his B-25. I've got my He-111 now. It's a great time to be modelers. I mean, there's all kinds of neat airplanes out right now.
I mean, and they just keep bringing them out.
And they just keep getting better and better and better. Look at all the room in this thing, too. So, I guess I should have stayed top shot for a second. But look, and I mean, your battery bay, it's already comes done for you. You got your servo mounting area, wing spar going through there. I mean, it's done right, guys, just as we expected it to be.
On the P-47, since we went to 6S power, we're thinking possibly that we could get.
Close to 100 miles an hour.
No, I was thinking more about time.
Oh, time, yeah. We're thinking it's going to fly on a quarter throttle.
And you might get 10 to 15 minutes.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Now that's just a guess, though, guys. We'll have to do the maiden, and we'll tell you. But man, oh man.
They're wanting you to go over what you're going to use in there, like the motors.
So what are we going to use for power system on this? We have the Admiral GP2950 kV. Got two of these.
That's actually what Motion recommends.
This is the recommended motors for this airplane, right? And I have not ordered the ESCs yet. For one thing, they're out right now. So I'm probably going to go with a different brand of ESC just to get it flying.
But what is the ESC?
I can't remember off the top of my head what it is.
Can't be, but like 50s.
And you can look on motionrc.com, guys. I'm sorry I'm behind this right now. Lori was popping it up there for a second, but this airplane's on there, and they have a great recommendation on there. There you go. I'm going to go with the same thing, although I don't think I'm going to do high-tech servos. Once again, I already have some Futaba standard servos that I think I'm going to put in here to run the elevator and the aileron, or the elevator and the tail servo. Ailerons, I'm probably either going to go with 30 gram or 17 gram free wing digital Metal Gear servos. So we put the Nexa plane together with the free wing 30 gram servos, and I see no issue with them. We've had them in our Corsairs, and we've had them in all kinds of airplanes, and I've never had a bad one. I've bonked one into a wall and killed one before, but that's to be expected. But as far as losing a servo in the air, I've never had one. So I just don't see in these smaller airframes, if I was building a 120-inch airplane, yes, I would probably go with the high voltage, high torque, high-tech servos. But this airplane, if you have the Flightline Corsair, this airplane's the same size as that airplane. If we put the P-47 next to this JU, or this He-111, it's the same size airplane. I think this is going to complement really well with the B-24. I mean, physically, it's the same size airplane.
Yeah, but it was a B-24.
But I think, guys that have the Flightline B-24, this airplane would fly and complement that airplane very well, scale-wise. I don't know if it's exactly the same scale, but looking at it here on the table, it's very close. FMS B-25, this is very close to that size airplane. For you guys to get I mean, this isn't the biggest airplane I've ever owned. I mean, look at it. It's not a huge airplane, but it's a complex airplane, which makes it really neat. And that's what I'm trying to get across. And of course the tail's not on
Now,
there all
this
the
is
way.
written by somebody, but it says rimfire motors. at
Rimfire is way out of
25.
date.
LiPo cell, 3 to 4 cell,
And this
11.1 volt to 14.8 volts,
right.
260 amp ESC.
Yeah. You could easily fly this on 3S, but I wouldn't. I would go on and tell you to go 4S on this.
Let's go to 6S.
Now, I really think the Tiger Cat power system would work good. If, say, you had a Tiger Cat and you accidentally dinked it, and you had all the motor and stuff left over from your Tiger Cat, that would fly this airplane, and you could throw that electronics right in this and go. It would look a little weird if you didn't find some different props for it, because this needs to have spinners on it. But just to give you the thought, what I try and think of with these planes, I love my Admiral stuff, don't get me wrong. I don't know yet.
Okay, so we don't know if it came with spinners or anything yet.
Here,
We
yeah,
haven't got to that point.
Open them, man, open
I
them.
don't
Here
know
you go.
Now,
It's like Christmas. He's open.
the next plane came with, like I said, everything that you needed as far as parts.
But something I like to think of when I go to build one of these Balsa planes, especially like the Nexa one that's the same size as a bunch of other warbirds. Here, I'll get it out in just a second. Is what power system could I use and get a scale prop out of it? Like if I was building that Hawker Hurricane that's a 1500 millimeter, I would try and find a Spitfire that had the same size motor and stuff that would fit in there.
The Corsair, the Flightline Corsair.
No, I want something with a spinner.
Well, that's true.
This
That's
is,
right.
I think this is an engine cowl. It's like Christmas right now, and you can't even see it because of the plane being in the way. Let's see here. Yeah, I probably will if I hold it up there. I'm just trying to get everything
I got
out.
2 gas tanks, and what amazes me is all the tubes are already fit into
You
the.
got pilots.
I mean, look at this. This comes with the gas tanks if you're going to go gas, and the tubes are already installed in the stoppers and everything. I mean, you don't even have to do that anymore. I mean, look at this. You don't even have to mount the tubes in the stoppers anymore. They're already mounted for you. I mean, my God. I mean, the clunks in here, all you have to do is put your tube, fuel tube in there, the clunks in here, but all that is installed. And that is not an easy thing to do. It takes, I mean, this is, you know, bend the brass tube and all that stuff. It's already done.
I got a
Same thing
pilot here.
with that. Same thing with that Nexa plane. And the wheels are a little.
Pilot. Stick him up in there.
The
Huh?
wheels are kind of like foamy stuff.
There you go. He can be flying.
It could be a little bit better, but they're here. You don't have to get them. The thing that I'm trying to get across to you guys is you do not, most of these planes, you do not have to go out and buy this extra stuff unless you just want to do something like Robart wheels or something more than what they come in these packages. But
The
they're here.
nacelles.
This stuff is here.
There's your engine nacelles.
There's the tires.
The one thing this airplane does not come with, let me put this out there because I messed this up. When I ordered it, I didn't order the retracts. This airplane does not come with the electric retracts. You will have to buy those separately. They are recommended on the website, and I missed it when I ordered the airplane. I should have got the retracts right then. But I'll get them next week. They're still in stock, so.
Motor mounts. There's 2 of them in that bag. I mean, I can't.
Here, this is the other nacelle. You guys know what it looks like now. Looks like that right there. Same thing. I'm going to leave this one in the package.
Motor mount. You've never seen one before. And the hardware to mount them. I mean, it's all here. If you guys are not too young, I mean, in around 2000, if you had bought one of these airplanes, all this stuff that I'm showing you, you'd have to went out and bought separately.
I think this one might be a little bit more involved. Looking at it versus the next one. Some kind of scoops. I think these are.
It'd probably take me about 10 days to put this.
These
together.
are your wheel covers, but they do need to be cut out I can actually see the cutout for it right here. This is going to be the wheel well.
Spinners.
Oh, it did come with spinners.
It come with spinners, so you don't have to go out and find your spinners.
Well,
and these spinners are a little bit kind of special spinners. They're not. I'm not gonna say you couldn't go out there for the true turn and find them, but.
well, I'm thinking, so
this spinner.
what I'm thinking of doing on this, guys, is I think the Flightline FW190 or the, what is it called? It's a Dora, but it's the other one with the longer wing. Somebody will correct me in a minute, but there's two German planes on there.
Two of them.
And I actually, looking at this looks like the FW190 or the...
Now, the only problem with this is this are for a two-blade prop.
This is why I'm talking about getting a different prop. The spinner and prop off the Flightline FW190 or the Dora, I can't remember what it's actually called, the long wing one, I think are going to fit perfectly on this airplane. Just like we did on our Nexa plane over here, I ordered that prop and spinner from a different airplane and it fit perfectly. So that's what I'm thinking on here is if I do that TA-152. Thank you, whoever just in, Dennis Farley. Could not think of that for the life of me, but the TA-152 or the FW190 props I think are going to work perfectly on here. They're three-bladed. They have a little stubby one of these, and they actually have the German spiraled white line on them, which would look kind of cool on here.
I mean, just.
But I mean, if you needed it, it does come with the spinners for two blades.
I would like to leave this in there, but here's the tail wheel mount. I think you guys can see
Yeah,
that
this
in
little
there.
hardware stuff.
All that is here. I mean, I just can't get
Exhaust stacks. It's all here. I mean, you have the main part of it. All of your hinges, you get good quality fiberglass hinges. These aren't plastic. These are fiberglass. All your screws, your hinges, you get all that stuff,
This
guys.
is the electric motor mounts here, where you're going to
Yep.
bring it off the firewall and actually attach the electric motor to this. It stands out from the firewall with all these different, to be able to make the, whatever motor you have to be able to move
Right.
them back and forth, so all that's there for you.
And for you guys that were wanting to see it, there is the motors that we are using. I've got two of these Admiral GP2 950 KVs. So there you go. These are the motors recommended by Motion RC on the website. We're going to check it out. Like I said, if I were to go back and do it again, I would probably order two power systems from an FW190. But these are the recommended ones, and it's cool to have them. So we're going to give it a shot. Comes with motor mounts and everything in the box. These new Admiral motors are really nice too if you haven't actually seen one. These are the actual Motion RC branded motors. So we have one of these on our Storch, and we've run 12S through it, and it's been handling really well.
Wesley and I have talked about it. When will we go to gas?
When we go to something big.
If we were
If
to
we were to
build
do the
something
Zero
like the
or-
Zero or
Right.
the anything that's like
100 inches, 110 inches.
we're probably going to go to gas.
If we were to do the Storch again, we'd probably go gas.
Not
Nitro, gasoline.
Not nitro gasoline. This, I think that's the wheel
I
mount.
think this is the struts. But this is struts, and these are if you didn't want to use a retract.
And all this is your servo linkages and that kind of thing in here. Just a lot of little parts. for-
Yeah, and it came
and
with
your-
rods.
Your control horns, that type of thing's in this bag.
It came with a bunch of rods. These are going to just be Z-bend it, make it yourself. Don't forget, this is a kit, guys. I mean, it is an ARF, but you still have to put this one together. It's not like it just comes out in one piece and you're done.
Now, this is not a 10 screw build, and what y'all call build when you put 10 screws together.
But we are really excited with it, guys. I think it's going to be a beautiful airplane. Papa has kicked butt over the last week to get that other airplane done.
I don't want to say anything negative, but this kind of thing here cuts the men from the boys as far as your assembly. I'm just telling you. Now,
Right.
somebody,
Go into it knowing that this is not a slap it together plane. You can
No.
go back to the front view too, Lori.
you know,
We just want to be honest
the
with you guys.
best thing is the foamies right now for somebody that gets into this hobby, and they learn. They're learning the electronics. They're learning the power system. They're learning how to fly. Blah, 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 learning. Now, when you have a lot of that under your belt, it may be time, and you can sufficiently fly most airplanes, then you're probably ready for one of these.
Right. This is after you've kind of honed your hobby, your skills as a hobbyist. You know?
I said it earlier, everybody that's in this hobby should at least try to have one Balsa plane. At least, try one at least.
Gotta fit there.
But don't try anything as complex as this twin here.
For your first
For
airplane.
your first airplane. No, they're great. I mean, this thing here will be awesome. I mean, if you've had a twin foamy, there's nothing different as far as the
It
controls.
somehow fits on there,
But
yeah.
the foamy comes with all the controls in it and all run for you. This doesn't.
So
anyway.
we're just trying to tell you, be mindful if you decide to go into one of these and you're newer. You want to have your crashing kind of out of the way. If you're crashing them every time you go out flying, you might want to wait just a little bit longer. I think foam is great to get your skills up before you go to something like this.
And I'm going to answer this question right now. Foam is a lot stronger than balsa.
Oh yeah.
I know that everybody says wood and how strong. It is strong. I mean, they're strong airplanes, but they do not take the cartwheeling or the dragging of the wing like the foam does. The foam kind of crunches up and you still got something there. This is going to break. So, but after all said and done, it's really cool.
It is really cool. That is the whole thing of it, you know. There's reasons we do it, and there's stuff that's available in balsa that you cannot get in foam, and that is another big thing. And we're sitting behind the airplane right now, but like the HE-111 right here, there is no foam one.
Nope.
This is it. So, you know.
The airplane on the world one?
Did I put what? You want me to put the airplane on the shorter one so they can see us? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
okay. Well, we can do
It'll
that.
fit on this one, no problem. This is a little airplane.
There you go.
Oh, look, we can see
Oh
the
look, you can see
faces.
us again. Cruise in. Stand. Anyway, I'm really digging this plane. I can't wait to get it put together. This is one I have personally wanted since the day they brought Black Horse out. It wasn't our first one because Motion sent us that storage, and we were super happy to have that airplane. But as the channel's grown, we've got a little bit more and more every day, and learned our little bit more and more every day. He's gonna just slap the rudder in.
They didn't, no.
No?
They didn't cut them in
It
there.
ain't cut
well,
out
it's
yet.
probably cut in there, but they didn't cut the
Right, the covering. But
covering, not
covering.
Monica.
That's right, the covering. But I'm really digging the airplane, guys. It's a beautiful one, and you will be seeing it more and more over the next coming weeks. I'm not as fast as Dad. For one thing, I still work a full-time job. So I'm going to start by assembling the
Thank you for
fuselage.
using assembly.
I'm going to assemble the fuselage first. I do not have all the electronics for the wings yet. I'm still assembling parts. Between that plane and this plane, the money of putting them together. I'm putting them together as fast as I can.
What you're meaning by parts is either the electronics.
I need the
or the-
retracts, and I
Yes.
need the ESCs, and I need 4 servos for the wings to finish this airplane. And we took our YouTube money last month, and we bought all kinds of electronics and parts for these airplanes, and we are super happy to have it. We also bought a new microphone. It's not the one we're using tonight. The live show microphone's great, but we did buy a new one for at the field that's wireless that I can walk around with now. We also bought a slider So we've been investing money back into the channel. We bought a 3-axis gimbal, which is pretty crazy, camera that we might change about
another
later.
thing, if one of the suggestions I'd have for your first Balsa airplane, I just thought about it, but and I just looked up on the screen and somebody said PT-19.
It'd be a neat airplane.
Something that doesn't have retracts.
Mm-hmm. It's one less thing to break.
One less thing to have to put together at first. If you can find something like that, that PT-19 is a good flying airplane.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be
That
one
German
less.
plane would be really neat too. What was it called? The one Kermit Weeks is doing right now. They have one on motion too. It's
Oh.
yeah, it's a what the heck is that thing called? It's German. CAF had one. It was blue. We talked about it earlier. I can't.
Oh, the 108.
Yeah, the BF
But
108.
it had retracts.
No, I don't think it did.
No, it had retracts.
Does it have retracts? I can't remember.
But anything that a good airplane that I would recommend is something that doesn't have retracts. Take one of the things out that you're messing with and do it that way. Make
Stuka would be neat, but I don't know if there's any Stukas
use
right now.
that KISS
Seagull
KISS
may
system.
make one.
Yeah, no, but you use the KISS system. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple,
stupid.
stupid.
That
And
part-
this airplane actually does come with mounts for fixed retracts, but if I'm gonna put this together, it's gonna have retracts in it. But this
if the
does.
real-
It
if the
comes
real
with the
airplane
fixed
have
gear.
put
Yeah.
retracts in it.
This
But,
one does come with the fixed gear right now out of the box. You could put those in here
you know,
and fly this airplane.
a really neat one that would be that Norse.
That black thing.
Yeah, the Black
I
Horse
can't remember
makes
what it's
one,
called. Black
and
Horse makes it, but it's big.
It's big.
Fairchild was a neat one.
I wouldn't build. Another thing I would not recommend. is
First
going to-
airplane, kind of keep it in the 15 to 1600
Yeah,
millimeter
yeah,
size.
that's-
Yeah.
the-
You
that-
get into those
I'm
110
telling you what,
inchers,
guys,
they get
those-
expensive.
Nexa planes are really what I've found on that. There, I would recommend for you to build that particular brand of airplane.
That P-47 is. I'm not kidding. I really do feel that P-47 would be the ideal first Balsa airplane. If you're coming from the foam world, you're confident, and you want to try one, man, that airplane went. It came so well done. I mean, don't get me wrong. This airplane's great too. It's not that we're not saying it is. This is a lot more complicated assembly.
Seems like the Black Horse.
It's gonna take a little longer.
Is either the larger or more complicated
Right.
planes, and then to me,
The Nexa is more of the entry level of airplane is what we're
level.
starting to see too. We've done
That's just our opinion.
right.
But
Who knows? We've done 2 Black Horses now. This will be our second one, and we are seeing just from looking at it, these are a little bit more complicated airplane. They're a little more high end to me, but they are
more expensive.
more expensive too. Whereas the Nexa planes, I mean, like the JU-52 tri-motor German plane is like $200. You know, it's half the price of this one, and it's almost the same size. And then like the Nexa planes, they're usually anywhere from $200 to $400, whereas the Black Horses are more like $400 to $1,200. So, you know, there's a difference in the price too. And then as you get bigger, the other thing you have to remember as you do Balsa, for you newer guys, when you look at the price tag of these, don't forget you still got to buy the motor and the ESC and all the servos. So, you know, that Nexa P-47 at $300, that's a smoking deal for the airframe, but don't forget you're probably going to have closer to $600 in it when it's all said and done.
Depends on how fancy you want to go.
It all depends on how fancy you want to go. Like this airplane right here, what did we say it is? You had the page up, $389? Is that right? I don't remember how much it was. $389 for this airplane, but then I'm going to have $60 in retracts. I'm going to have $20 a piece for the servos on the inside, so we're at $100 right there. 4 servos in the wings. If I go with free wing servos, that's $40, so we're at $140. Motors and ESCs times 2. You're going to have at least 150 in motor and ESCs. So, you know, it adds up quickly. So just be ready for it. We want you to go into it knowing.
Good news on the other side, this manufacturer is supplying a lot of stuff that I try to get over to you.
You do your push rods and all your linkages.
You didn't have to go out and buy. You know,
Right.
all in the first ARFs that I've seen, none of that existed. You got the plane. You didn't get no
hinges.
You didn't get any.
Like all the blind nuts, I can see it from here. There's blind nuts pre-installed. You know, the blind nuts wouldn't probably even came.
Yeah, you'd have had to cut all those in and put them in there to mount the motor. I mean, just there's at least $50 to $75
in little pieces that you wouldn't even think
about.
about.
To go out and buy
that they're putting in these now.
Back now. So you know, kudos to Motion for seeing that is in here for you, because it can be a real pain to go out there and try to find all this stuff. I mean, and all that stuff is really expensive.
And
you ever went and bought some bolts or something?
Dave Kowalski is saying, according to Alpha, they have made improvements, and according to Alpha, spare parts will be more available. I will tell you that is a very lightweight kit. I was really surprised on how the airplane was built and how light it is on the neck support.
Oh yeah.
It's very lightweight.
Yeah.
And I've never owned a VQ plane. I know there's a lot of guys that are saying it's VQ. I don't know. I'm telling you, as a Motion fan, I was happy to see them come to Motion. I like supporting Motion. They support us. You've heard it from other YouTubers too. We try and support the companies that support us, and Motion is behind us 100%, and we love them not because they've sent us stuff, but because they really are that good of a company. I've enjoyed every time I've worked with James or Alpha or any of those guys. So I would stand behind them 100%, and I'm happy to see them with these models because I'd rather buy them from Motion than anywhere else right now. So that's just me.
Well, you can't beat quality. That's all I'm gonna say. If you see quality, that's where you're gonna go, and that's Motion and Horizon. I'm not gonna be Motion all the way, but tonight is
We've
kind of a
enjoyed our
Motion
Horizon,
but
yeah.
You know, Motion does a great job, and Horizon has.
And we're not
always
afraid to tell you guys when we
When
don't
something's-
agree with something.
If something's wrong, but I put that airplane together over there. There was a few things that was missing in the instructions, but as far as
Yeah,
the
and like we changed a
total
few
quality
things.
of the plane and the parts and everything, I mean, I didn't have to go anywhere.
Right.
Other
The
than-
only thing
other
we
than
did was
Wesley's
the
house.
flaps. We changed the flaps from what the original kit came with Z-bend only, and the rest of the plane had.
That's just.
It was just little piddly stuff. You know, we put clevises instead of Z-bends on the flaps.
I'm just
Whoop-de-doo.
saying,
But there's nothing
I did
used.
6 days and I never went and chased a part.
Right.
Or
And he
a
didn't have
tool.
much of this house. He had
No,
a few hand tools. So
well,
we
if you could-
really do. We're trying to tell you that we really do like the kits that Black Horse, Nexa, all the Motion kits they've got. I see why they picked these kits for their Balsa line. Their quality is second to none. The covering looks great out of the box. There's no wrinkles. They're doing a good job with these airplanes. And I like buying from Motion because I know part support's going to be available. Although with the COVID right now, I know there's a lot of stuff on
They're
back order.
struggling. They're
That's
struggling.
everybody though. But when this is over and we get tired of all this crap and we go back to normal shipping, I know Motion's going to be there to support all of this stuff in the long
I
run.
think Guniak gave us a super chat. Did he not?
He did.
We missed it. Well, thank you,
Well,
Guniak.
I seen it
Guniak
roll
and
by, but we
Robbins,
got on
they
this.
both
But
gave
thank
us
you so much. We
super
appreciate
chats.
it.
And
Yes.
Huffins.
Guniax was donated actually to Angie to buy her a shirt.
Ah, well, I guess we're going to have to send Angie a shirt then. Well, guys, I really hope y'all are enjoying what we're doing, though. I know Balsa's not for everybody, but we really do enjoy it here. We've been doing it a long time. I don't want to do one of these every week because there's a lot to this compared to a foamy. But
Don't get me wrong, I like foamies too.
yeah, we love our foamies.
I tell you what, and here we
It's
go
hard
again.
to beat
Man,
it.
I am waiting for the next. Of course, Papa's got all of his wishes this week. He got the OV10, and he's got a B25.
Yeah,
But,
OV10's coming. We're waiting
but
on
I
that.
can't wait to see what Motion releases on the next
1600 millimeter.
Warbird.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're
I'll-
both going. What's it gonna be?
And it's probably going to be something I'll have to
We'll
have.
all have to own it. You know, somebody mentioned, what was it? The President Bush flew it.
Oh, the
TBM Avenger. Man, that'd be a neat airplane with a bomb bay that would open on it so you could
I'd
drop
like
stuff.
to see a Hurricane.
Hurricane would be neat. But we
That-
got a 1600 millimeter Nexa one now, and it's not that hard to put it together.
Right, but I mean, just thinking out of the box.
I don't.
I'm not gonna.
I like an Avenger just
I've
because I
got
haven't
all
seen
my
one.
airplanes. I'm not gonna. You guys keep wishing and putting it up. As I've said, I don't know how many times.
He said he's done. He ain't done.
No, but
he's
I'm-
gonna build all of mine for me.
I'm just telling you, if you want an airplane, all these places that I see all you guys in, even our channel, you are to be putting on there, man, I'd like to have a big B-25, or I want a
Mhm.
Hurricane, or I want this and that, because these manufacturers look at all these medias.
Right.
and
Not
they're-
just us. We're talking
not
everybody.
Not us. We're talking everybody. Ryan, I mean, the whole
Yeah,
smear.
there's one every night of the week now.
But put it on there.
Right.
They pay attention to what you're saying. And I tell you what, guys, if you really want, Wesley and I was not very big hobby squawkers, but there's another media that if you want an airplane
Yeah.
built,
There's no better place than to put it there because I mean all of the owners and everybody look at that place. So that is a good one.
If you're
There's
not
a thread
hobby
called
squawker,
Alpha What's Next where you can request what you want to see. I mean, you ought to get on Hobby Squawk if you've never been on there.
yeah,
and
if you've
look
never
around.
been there, you need to go. I mean, I was, I'm old and I'm not a very, but I have really, I think
GB Garvinzy. No.
I joined, what, a month ago?
Victor Shamulus, you stop putting that Mustang word around. We got enough of those.
But,
I'm tired of those.
But I really liked looking around at the comments on the Hobby Squawk, and it's probably the #1 place to go and
Yeah, there's
chat online. I
It's
guess.
a good place for the RC. There is also RC groups. There's a lot of good groups,
And you
guys.
can't ask
but
for any more. Papa's on there telling you how to put planes
that's
together.
right. Pictures. I agree with Victor Shameless. I do agree with the Zero, but you keep that P-51 stuff to yourself. I've got enough of those. No more Cubs either. We're Cub to death.
No. But,
I know, there's
I'm
one
not
for
going to make
everybody.
any comments. I got all my wishes and whatever.
I don't
comes
have all
out,
my
I don't
wishes.
care.
I want more.
Well, I got some damn.
I want a B-26. I got a B-25 now. I got to switch to B-26. I'd still buy a B-25 if somebody brought it out.
I still got that project ahead of me.
Yeah, that's Dad's next project. My next project is this one right here.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm going to start on the fuse this week. Hopefully, maybe by next week when y'all come back, I'll be able to give you an update on the fuselage. Anyway.
And
What?
we're still not satisfied with the storage. We've still got to get out and
Some woody up in the cockpit.
we know that we can the storage can fly a lot better.
Hey, it fits pretty good.
It's flew great in the past. It just needs more attention.
pretty good.
It's one of those airplanes that has to be fine tuned. You just keep fine tuning those airplanes, and that's where we are with the storage. We just want to fine tune that airplane because that plane can be a wonderful flying airplane. More than it flies great now, guys. Don't get me wrong, but it's just got that little bit more of potential, and it could be a great airplane.
Right. Joe Pellegrini just registered for a Hobby Squawk, and he's reading Papa Boozer's assembly. There you go.
Hey, and Joe, when you go in there, make a comment. I don't care if it's negative or positive. but we'd like to know your thoughts. Is it good? Would you like to see some more? What could I do better? La la la. There is a comment section on there when you go to the very end of whatever you're looking at. Right at the bottom, it'll say write your comment, and right at the bottom it says post. It's that easy. So
Air Marshal, I have no idea what you're talking about. A DA-42.
So yeah, you guys get in there. I'd like to know what you're thinking here, guys, as far as what I did. I mean, I really tried hard to give you what you could expect as far as putting a Balsa airplane together. And if you want that exact airplane that I put together and all the parts and pieces, it's in there, I think. And if it isn't in there, ask the question, we'll answer it.
Yeah, I think you put everything in there. Maybe not the 30-gram servos. I don't think they.
Well, I showed a picture of them, but I don't. Well, no, I showed the part of the bag and the part number.
I don't remember. It's been. I have read it, but I can't remember everything on there. But he did try and do as good a job as he can.
But we will answer any question. If you put it in there, I'll try to answer a question. And if I don't see it, Wesley, he seen one tonight and I didn't even see it. He answered the question. Somebody wanted to know how long the
landing gear were, and I took out the tape measure and measured it for him. So
yeah, but I have not. There might be some more on there as far as a complete blow-by-blow assembly, but I haven't seen one.
Just as he did with the Nexa plane, if you will go look, I'm going to start a thread for the He-111 now. And everything that I go through on the build, I'm going to try and get some good up-close pictures for everybody and put them on there too. So if you want to follow me as I do this, the best way to do it is on Hobby Squawk. I'd love to do a build series video, but on these Balsa planes, they're so time-consuming and so fiddly on some of the stuff that trying to film it's not.
And guys, you can
it's
look
hard
like
for me.
Complete
yeah, it makes you look
bozo
like a complete bozo trying to film it. James, I have to give a hats off to, because that man does a fantastic job on his build videos. I cannot do that. I will fly them for you all day. I will take pictures and I will write up a wonderful article for you, but I am not the best at build reviewing. But when it comes to flying this, we will definitely do that. And we will definitely show it here on the channel. So, guys, I think I've said my piece.
Well, we here lately we've been running about an hour and
about an hour and
15 minutes, and we pretty well cooked it.
I kind of like it like this, though. I mean, I don't know if you guys like it too, but we usually run about an hour to an hour and a half show. We don't want to keep you all night. We kind of say our piece on whatever the thing is for the evening instead of talking all night to you. But we do appreciate y'all coming every week. Your donations have helped us to be able to buy stuff like this and all the parts and pieces to it, and we have really appreciated it. Now, with that all being said, I think it's time.
Time to have a beer?
That's right. It's time for a beer. Here in America.
No, but we do.
We do.
I said it on the Hobby Squawk thing, guys. I hope we come across here that we are living the dream. We're doing a thing that we thought we'd never be able to do in our lives together, me and Wesley. And it's just been above and beyond what we would ever expect. And having all of our friends, I mean, we've gathered
a lot of
friends out here in this world. And I just hope it comes across that we're just excited and thrilled about what we're doing every week and being able to bring it to you guys. And I hope it comes across when we talk to you on this media that we have here.
Thank you, George Watts.
Yes, George, thank you. So anyway, I'm with you, Wesley. We've had our piece. And
well, guys, like I said, over the next few weeks, this one is not going to take me a week to build. I am not Dad for one thing, and I have not built a billion of these. Well, not a billion, but you've built 20 or 30 of these in your lifetime at least, or more.
quite a few. I don't know how many, but.
But I'm not going to be near as fast as him. I am going to take my time to try and lessen the mistakes. The good news is I've got my dad to lean on for the build as it goes along. So if you want to keep up with the build of this, I will update y'all on Sunday nights, and then I will also be doing a Hobby Squawk thread where I will go in and post on there.
And I try to
sometimes
also share some of those tips that I've learned over the years as far as just small tips. I try to, if when I'm building it, I remember things that somebody showed me how to do. I try to put it in that build video. So yes, that's in there also. So hopefully some of that you guys can use also. I'm not trying to keep secrets. I'd like ever if I have something that I can share with you, I'd be more than happy for you to. That's what other people did for me in this hobby, and that's what I want to do for you. So questions about an assembly, maybe I can help you. Ask us. All we can do is lie to you.
Well, without further ado. No, but for real, guys, we really do appreciate y'all every week. Be looking out this week for some more awesome boozer videos. Lori is all edited up and looking good. It does kind of look blurry on Lori's screen. Maybe I'm just crazy from here. Anyway.
Well, at least the computer didn't shut
Yeah,
down.
we did get a new battery for the computer. Just so you know, so that's what happened last week. If you were here, the battery in the computer decided to just completely quit working, and the computer turned off. So, new battery is here, and that's fixed. So, anyway.
No, what's this Hangar 51 said? Just got a call today. Sadly, can't make Jet Jam.
What the heck, Kenny? If it makes you feel better, we can't make it either now. I was planning on being there, but
they didn't cancel it.
No, Jet Jam's still going.
Okay. Well,
if you guys are going, I think Dave Air Marshal is going to go last minute. I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to get there, but maybe next year, hopefully. So far, the only show the Boozer is signed up for is Fall Null, and let's hope it actually happens. I may also make.
Good night to you, sir.
I may also make.
Thank you for coming by.
Seth. I may also make Seth. There we go.
There you go. Papa's going to make an RV and go to Tennessee, and then.
Well, Jet Jam's in Tennessee, so get up there.
Well, I'm just saying.
I think it's Tennessee, something like that, right on the edge of Indiana.
He's going to be gone. He's going to kind of pull the same thing that he did last year, but we're not going to go as far and as many stops. We're going to go to Tennessee and stay in Tennessee for a week, and then we're going to go to Asheville, North Carolina. And then Mama Boozer and me, we're going to keep on going over to the Shenandoah Valley.
Shenandoah River.
By the, there's a cave there. But anyway.
Indiana. There we go.
Anyway.
That's where Jet Jam is.
Well, I'm not going to make it.
Right. Maybe next year, guys. I really wanted to, so... Anyway, without further ado, be looking forward to the Hobby Squawk posts about this, and over the next few weeks, me putting this together. Like I said, I'm not Dad. It will not happen by next Sunday. But I will work on it and hopefully have the fuselage at least completed next week. Maybe. We'll see. So, without further ado, get out there and fly with your friends. What, I burped. Sorry.
Several times. I'm going, what the heck?
Well, we've been eating all this food today. Anyway, get out there and fly with your friends. Don't burp on your father. And we'll fly with y'all later. See y'all later. Like and subscribe. See y'all later, guys. Fun as always.
Great times.